it going, guys? Finally back. How are we? DB here as always, and we are on a very exciting new series. We are starting the new Infinity mod pack on Feed the Beast 1710, and me and the boys, Rapidist Archer, Conflict Brock, and AJ, soon enough, Mr. Agent J, he will be joining us hopefully. We started only just the other night, and I haven't really made too much. However, this is where we're setting up, just over on the left there. Now, I don't know a lot about this pack. I'm pretty familiar with the other ones, like with some of the mods in it, simply because of the Direwolf pack that I was playing on, and I'll give you a tour of that. You may have seen that in Agent J's video. There's a few builds in there that I'm actually quite keen to show off, but no doubt they'll be repeated here. So, my plans. What are my plans for this whole series? Well, if we look through the mod list, we can actually see there's quite a few unique ones in here, like with Decocraft. I'm actually planning on doing a regrowth series at the same time, so we'll probably go into that in depth on that one. A2 as usual. There is the big reactors. We'll probably get into that late because I think it's a little bit too easy to do early on. But there is Draconic Evolution. Now that's going to be a late game sort of thing. And there's also Extra Bees. Now I was heavy into Extra Bees on the Direwolf 20, and it was grindy as hell. That was simply because there was no gendistry or anything like that. But at least this time around, we actually do get resources from these things. So I actually just looked up the drones before, and I noticed there was some pretty clever ones. Like there was an Electrum one, and yeah. So for me, I'm planning to be self-sustaining. I don't really like quarries. They cause the server a little bit too much lag in my opinion. I'll just give you a little bit of a walk around on what we've done so far. If I plan to go regenerative power and regenerative resources, whether that is with the extra piece or magic. Swear Magic Crops was in here. I think I might be having my packs confused. That's in regrowth. So that's why I like regrowth as well, by the way. Now if we just peek over here, you'll be able to see Mr. Conflict Brock's little baseroo. We're still very early game. Rapid had set up this little farm. Quite nifty actually. We're just using vanilla planting. However, he's set up, I don't know if you can see that up the top, whether it's really small, but this is a wooden water tank. Now, I think, excellent. The wooden water tank, right, will gather rainfall, and this will, that's one of the irrigation channels, sort of like an aqueduct, and this will actually go down to that sprinkler, and the sprinkler is epic. It does so much better than the regular open block sprinkler, I believe. But it does consume water from the top and blah blah blah. So Decocraft's got that sorted. We'll probably get into that later as well. And he's already started to get to a point where we're getting a reasonable amount of resources. I've used his to set myself up. His whole tinkers, goodness gracious. Yeah, so I've just made a bit of some easy stuff. I've found a dungeon which gave me that, so I'm quite chuffed at that. Yeah, so seeing that we're in a savanna, acacia wood is the most prominent, but I chopped down a great wood earlier, and I've got a few stacks of that, so I'm planning to use that on my little spawn house. Now, as far as this longevity of the series goes, we're just going to make a little spawn area here, like a small village, and just for our little ghetto bases, and then we'll probably branch out on our own so that we're out of render distance from each other. because that always has caused issues, especially in the direwolf one. I was on a base with Rapid, and yeah, he hasn't really got a computer that's very friendly to generating frames. But yeah, you can still see I've got a little bit of iridium. Don't know if that'll even get used, to be honest, but we'll see. That was from one of the Wisp guys. If we have a look at the map, you can actually see, I think our spawn is somewhere around here, and we travelled over this way. But there's a giant meteorite there from A2, keen for that. There's a spotted taint around here as well that we might have to deal with later on. Not quite sure how we're going to go with that. However, I just thought I'd introduce you to one of the new series, and I'm planning to go and get a bit more resources, build a bit more at this house, and we'll probably come back. Alright, we'll see you guys then. And welcome back, guys. Well, I've managed to finish off the part of my house to make it safe, so I'll show you now. I love these garage doors. They're from Carpenter's Mod, and you can put pretty much any block on them. And each one of those, that's just 3 of them, and they go down to whatever height. But they're great, and they're even redstone controlled. So you can put a signal there and just run out whenever you want. So I'm going for this whole Nordic sort of thing, but with a slight modern touch. Henceforth, the garage door. Just something different. I might change this up here and there. However, I've got a couple of things to show you as far as what's new. Now, we're on the latest update, which was 1.2.0, I believe, and that added in the thermal dynamics. So it adds in all your item ducts, fluid ducts, and energy flux ducts, they're called, and all the servos and filters. So now these are added onto whatever item duct to get them to suck out. Word of advice, I'm sure most of you have seen the mod spotlights so far. However, they point out that the early ones, the copper fluid ducts, they do not like molten materials like lava and pyrotheum and gelid cryotheum. So anything too hot or too cold, and you can see that in the tooltip, will break if contacts are extremely hot or cold. This also applies to anything in the smeltery. So your molten glass cannot be used with these guys. There is a way around that. Obviously, you just make the hardened version. So where are we? The fluid ducts, that's the flux plated one. So this is the regular copper. You want to make the hardened, which is pretty simple. You just need to get to Invar to get there. Other than that, feel free to go nuts with these guys with regular fluids. I was trying to make some clear glass for this guy, and I heard a boom and didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden it dawned on me. Also, so in addition to that, there is Decocraft, and I've only just had a little look-see at it myself, but what it does, it's adds all sorts of decorations, so like a lawn flamingo. But what it does is it takes this clay, right, and the clay is simply just sand and dirt and whatever colour it specifies, and you'll get 4 for each of that. So I've gone out and done a bit of collecting. I haven't actually had a look. If I do blue, oh man, it does require vanilla. I was hoping that it could take the Botania stuff. However, we'll see what we can do. I haven't found lapis yet, so that's why I was kind of like hoping that would work. But they have beds, so I'm pretty keen for a bed, and they're all different patterns, as you can see. So that's the left and right, and it's a double bed. But mostly all of it takes blue, and that's going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it? But nonetheless, I'll see what I can do about some lapis. There's also quite a good cave downstairs. I had a bit of a tunnel down here, and I heard spiders, and I didn't like the idea. But as you can tell by that bit of wood there, we've got ourselves a mine shaft. So of course those spiders would be cave spider spawners, and they're not quite friendly in the early game, but we'll probably tackle that in a minute. How in the hell did I plan to get out of here? There it is. I'll have to make a more permanent solution for that one. Yes, so I guess I'll be getting some vanilla dyes. But as you can see, if I just put these guys together, it makes some red crafting clay. Now I'm not quite sure what will permit me, so I could probably make a vanity center, but don't really need to just yet. Actually I could make a perfume. See, it's just all different combinations. It doesn't really relate to the exact object as far as shape goes. It's more just the combination in which you make them, and I think these, the canopy beds, look amazing. There's also, what I wanted to put in here was a cow plushie, but that also requires lapis. So I'll come back to you when I've got some lapis and I'll show these off. Alright. Well guys, it took me a while to finally get some lapis. I've been doing this branch mine for quite some time. Thought I'd just peek around the other side, and sure enough, when I got to about here, tons of it. That's always the way, isn't it? Anyway, I have found something better than lapis when I was tunneling around on 12. First tunnel through, diamonds. Awesome. Cannot wait to use these guys. Now, if there's 3, I've got a plan. Oh, looks like there is. I was about to say, if there was only 2, I'd have to make do with something. However, we've got computer craft in this, so I might actually make myself a turtle, and that'll save me from having to do these guys. I've got a couple of programs that I could show you. One of them I actually got from Ep1. He actually uses lava to fill up the fuel reserves in the turtles, which is awesome. A bit of a worm cavern around here just to get out. Had to find a way around that mine shaft because the spiders were making quite a bit of noise, as you can see. And up here. Right, now, so that we have the lapis, we can make our Decocraft clay. Now, like I was saying, it doesn't really represent what you're building, however, it's just the pattern to make it individual. So, now, all we need is sand and dirt. We've got our lapis, we've got some red, I've got some green. I could probably cook this up. I need some. Excellent. I'm pretty sure this stuff gives you what you need anyway. Right. So got my green, got my blue, got my red. Just get a bit more red just in case. Now, if we look it up, I want to make one of these beds. Oh, there's paper lanterns and everything. Oh, amazing. So if I make single, I see. There's single and doubles. I think we'll go with a double. They're not too bad a price anyway. So what do you need? 3 and 3 of those. 5, 6. Alright, cool. So I need 5 red, 6? No. Oh, okay, just 4 and then 2. Alright. 1, 2. Oh, this gives us 4 anyway, doesn't it? Yeah. Awesome. So we need more red. Should just leave these guys up here. And we'll just need 4 of those guys. See how we go. Double there. And then we need to assemble the right side. Excellent. Alright, pull this guy up. And probably pull this guy up. Alright, so that's the left. Let's see how this looks. Oh wow, okay. Let's put it 1 block back. There we are. Put it there. Oh, mad. This looks great. And for the moment, we'll put a torch there. I'm going to put a bedside table there. And apparently you can put torches there. Good to know. Alright, so right click. Excellent, that works. Sleep off the night. Cool, alright, let's see if we can make a bedside table. Now I saw them there. 2 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, and that. Alright, so these and 1 of these, make some more green. And we just needed 1 blue and 2 red. Awesome. Bedside table. Now I wonder if you can put things on top of this bedside table, because that would be nice to know, like a torch. No. Blocks, definitely, well obviously. I wonder if it gives you, no, it's just decorative only, and it seems that because the bed spawns this way, oh right, I can walk straight through that. Okay, that's quite interesting. I don't know if I can, definitely not the hitbox there, but there. Cool. Well, I'm going to keep playing around with these guys and see if I can kit this place out nicely. Sorry it's been a bit choppy, but as first episodes go, that's usually how it goes. I thought instead of it just being a setup episode, I'd show you something new, which I enjoy. Now, this guy, they've been around since a couple of versions ago. These are the 1x1 smelteries, and they only give you 1 spot if you make them 1 high for obvious reasons. These extra 3 are from 1 up here and 2 down below. So I've expanded it down, as you can see, down a couple down there. I like the small ones just so I can quickly make tools, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that we will get thermal smeltery, which will let us have magma crucibles, make us tools from Tinker's Construct. Alright guys, I think that'll do just for today's episode. I'll come back and give you another episode when I've found something awesome to show you. But for now, I'll catch you guys next time.